Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with the weekly news and review for December 26, 2021. And I want to say that I hope everybody had a great Christmas, had time with the family, maybe just some time off. And some people probably didn't even get time off, but I hope you enjoyed your day anyway. Now, looking forward to this, there's a little bit of news on weeks like this. It's pretty light for news on holiday weeks, but still some stuff going on. We actually have Masterpiece news. We have some more Legends news. Yes, even more Legends news. There is G.I. Joe news going on this week, which is quite interesting. They dropped it this week. And we also have Star Wars news all coming up. Okay, starting out with some new stuff at ShowZ. I do want to say that they've got almost every one of the New Age and Magic Square Legends figures that we talked about last week up for pre-order with $1 down, but no real official prices that I know of. If I see one, I will tell you. But so this Backdraft Inferno figure, the H46, is 4.13 inches tall. I do like the fact that we get the height on these figures, and we got the New Age H51 Hawk Ironhide, which is 4.13, so same height on the Ironhide also. Now, they're all supposed to be releasing in second quarter of 2022. Now, Magic Square and New Age, they're going head-to-head with these figures, but ShowZ has both of these up for pre-order right now, and you can kind of take a second to look and see which one of these do you prefer for the aesthetic-wise, which one do you think looks better. But I want to point out, and I think I got the aspect ratio correct, they are a little bit different in size. New Age Hound is 2.95 inches tall, and then the Magic Square Hound is 3.54 inches tall. And I might be doing kind of a comparison video of all of these Legends because there's so much coming and it's hard to keep up with. So New Age also has up for pre-order a New Age H27F David. This is a budget version of their Optimus Prime, which I think is actually really cool. It's a pretty good idea. There's no trailer with it. You just get what's pictured here, and there's not a premium paint job like they put on most of theirs. So it's a lot of bare plastic, but it's a budget option. Instead of, I think it's $85 or something for the complete one, this is $45, almost half the price if you don't need the trailer and you don't need all of the extra paint. Budget option. They call it the youth version. And okay, this is my favorite of all of them, but it's the Jetfire, and he is going to be 7.08 inches tall, released in second quarter, and this is Magic Square. So, pretty cool, looking good. You can pre-order right now. All these are pre-order for $1 down. No prices yet on any of them except for that Brime, that David, and yeah, there you go. So over on ShowZ, I guess they had somebody put together a video for them from Fans Toys. Fans Toys had somebody put this together. I don't know. It's still pretty cool. It's pretty interesting about their new Huffer. Now, I'm not sure if Huffer is the next one on the dockets, but it looks like it's really close to being done. And it's quite interesting that they've gone through this much trouble. I don't see this with every other figure, and it might have something to do with their Sea Spray sitting and chilling at retail, but I think this is going to sell way better than the Sea Spray did. I just think that. But they still have competition with Bad Cube. Bad Cube was a pretty good figure. But this one has a really good paint job, which the Bad Cube one does not. Bad Cube's not as painted as well. Doesn't have that metallic look, that metallic paint, with kind of a bit of a real-world feel to it, with some toon accuracy going on. I am a little concerned about the lower shoulders, and people say that's toon accurate, but it just looks a little strange to me. But overall, I think it's going to be a pretty good release, a pretty good figure, and it's kind of fun that they put this video together. So Mastermind Creations is in the mix, showing off their R42D Devastator test shots, and it looks pretty good. It is a very interesting take on the character, and I think it's pretty close to the source material. I think it looks good, and I'm not sure about the height, so I don't have the information on exactly how tall it is. It'll be kind of interesting seeing how this goes up against the X-Transbots. Here is the bot mode, and again, another good-looking Deathsaurus bot mode and Z-Def. And let's see how it compares and scales to other stuff that's out there. And it looks like it's going to be pretty big, because there we go. And there it is compared to a couple of other items out there. So I think this might even be comparable size-wise to the X-Transbots one. And it just going to kind of come down to which one is more fun to transform, and which one do you like the aesthetic more between this one and X-Transbots. I think they both look great. So looking at a bit of this Masterpiece news, Rising Force is putting out more pictures of their combined mode Minosaur Combiner, and yes, everybody's going to say the exact same thing. Too little, too late. The price on these is going to be the lowest price set of all of them by the time it's done. I think each arm limb is going to be $75. We don't know the Motormaster price, but still, we don't know if Motormaster is going to come with the trailer or the combining pieces or whatever. But at the end of the day, it should total less than any of the other sets, is what I'm hearing. And I think that might be a pretty good idea if they go that route. But is it even going to match the quality and aesthetic that you want for a Masterpiece? Because it is Masterpiece scale. Nobody knows. Speaking of Masterpiece scale combiners, we got something from kind of an underground. It is called the Devastator Vt-06 from a company called Vectron Labs. And so it's kind of interesting. This going to be a G1 cartoon styled with ABS and diecast lights and sound, and it's Masterpiece scaled. Pre-order in 2022. Now the thing about this is that a lot of people are saying that this really isn't a new mold. This is actually just a KO oversize of New Age's version. So that's something interesting. Very seldom do you get a Legends KO upscaled to Masterpiece. This is what we talk about a lot. Is this all fake news? It could be, because it's real underground. There's no legitimate news sources covering this stuff, so it could all be 100% just fake. Somebody could have just made this on their computer, made it all up, or it's actually going to happen. But if you look at the upper torso, it looks a lot like the New Age, and the lower legs look like New Age reformatted in a way, and it almost makes sense. It's like, hey, let's just manipulate the lower area, and we can expand it all and make it look like it's a Masterpiece. There's a couple of interesting things like the barrel, the mixing barrel being part of the knee, and it breaks at the knee. So interesting stuff here. Let's see if it really comes to fruition. But would you like this better than Toy World? And Josiah Toys is making a Slam Dance A and B version, and you've got the head, the body, and they convert into little tapes and stuff. So interesting there. I don't know if this is ever going to get made or produced, but they like to come up with a lot of concepts, so pretty cool. I figured I'd show it. This might be considered old news, but there's supposed to be a KO of the Unique Toys R03 Dragoon coming out, so not really sure if that's out or coming out or any more information on it. I can't seem to find it anywhere. So anyway, here is a close-up look at the head, and looks interesting. Unique Toys, a new Unique Toys KO. Would this be the first Unique Toys KO? If it really does come to fruition. There's also a Mechanic Studio Dr. Wu kind of collaboration going on here with the MC03 Little Monster, and this is from the movies where this thing turns into it has a radio control kind of a truck. So interesting little guy there. Transformation would probably be pretty simple with this, but I think it looks really clean in the alt mode concerning what it turns into. So I think that's kind of impressive. So there's a lot of small news this week, and when I mean small, I mean tiny, like 5 centimeter tall PVC figures coming from X-Transbots, the mysterious box series MBO1 and MBO2 Seekers. And there are going to be 2 sets. The first set's going to come with Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, Hot, Link, Sunstorm, and Bitstream. You're also going to get the second set with Dirge, Thrust, Ramjet, Ion Storm, Nova Storm, and Acid Storm. Then there's going to be a 1 in 144 chance to win a secret item, a clear Starscream, and a Coronation Starscream. So with each of the packs respectively. So interesting that they're doing this. It's about 2-inch tall figures, PVC figures. Kind of reminds me of the Heroes of Cybertron, but I think those were even taller than this. But would this work really well with maybe a Unicron display? Maybe. No price for availability just yet. And of course, our good friends at Super 7 are putting out some more reaction figures. Now, here's the thing. These reaction figures are 5-point of articulation. They don't look super tuned, but they look pretty close. They are sort of kind of meant to be, if we got these back in the 80s as figures like G.I. Joe or Star Wars figures. Basically, they're like Star Wars figures. They do not have G.I. Joe articulation, but some people love them, some of them hate them. I'm a little in the middle. I'm kind of keeping up with them if I get them on sale or find them for a decent price, 15 or less. But at 18 bucks, who knows? Anyhow, it's still kind of interesting that they're coming out with these Jazz, RC, and then we've got a Reflector. So I guess you need 3 of those, of course. And Grimlock. So not bad character choices, though. These are actually really solid, really good character choices. I'm definitely getting an RC. So DNA Design is coming out with their upgrade kit. Now this is the DK33, which is a combination of DK19, DK21, DK23, but all repainted for the black Zarak. And the thing about this is you get 3 in 1. I don't have a price just yet. but it's kind of smart the way they did this. So you're getting all of this stuff here, which would be upgrades for everything, guns, more guns. You got the lift kit. He's got a lift kit on him and all that kind of stuff. He's got, I guess, some extensions on for the feet and all of that. So I've only got one of these kits for my Scorponaut. This is all 3 kits they've made put into one. Here is a side-by-side to see kind of where you come from to where you go. So the little guns on the front are now articulated. You get them on the front and the back, on the shoulder pieces. And let's see what else we got going on here. We got an upgraded gun, and so there's that, which looks pretty good. It looks pretty awesome and menacing. By the way, I don't know. This is arriving in some places right now. In some places, like TF Sources pushed this thing back to February. So it's not even a January release. And it was originally scheduled for December. So I don't know. I mean, production delays, it happens. So you can see all of these extra add-ons and how it's going to look like in the alt mode. It just looks beefier, more going on with it. And here's the alt mode. I think it really, really shines in the alt mode. Every single thing that's included clips onto this alt mode, makes it look massive. Like there's a whole lot more going on and less simple and plain. Sliding into some legend news here, and I want to say that one of the viewers, Viking Kelp, thank you so much for sharing these pictures with me, because when I made this video last week about the KO oversized version of the Magic Square Minosaur, I was thinking a fraction of an inch taller. And he said, oh, no, I have both, I'll send you pictures. You're right, dude, this is so much bigger. So I actually did upgrade my display. I'll probably show that here in a second, but here is the size in the alt mode, which that's a pretty big size difference. It's significantly different, significantly bigger. So it's one of those things. It would probably work really good with your mainline, and I made it work for my Legends though. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. So here it is side by side in the alt mode, and then we can do just the Motor Master versus Motor Master comparison. And seeing that, I mean, it's just a big difference. When it says slightly, or all the verbiage sounds like it's not even going to be an inch taller. Just a small, like 5% increase is what I'm thinking. I think when you go KO oversized, there has to be some sort of minimal difference in size that you'd want to go with. And I would think, why would you even bother going just 5%? And now it kind of makes sense. Also, here is my display updated because of that one figure. And yeah, it still looks like I just crammed a whole bunch of figures in there. That's actually 6 less figures and only 1 Minosaur put in there. And I do have him in a seated position. That's how I made it work. But it works for me, and I've got the Magic Square Jetfire is going to go in here, and a few other combiners. So this week, people are getting their Magic Square Devi in. And I got to say, this actually crushes Hulky. I mean, I think both of the new versions crush the Hulky. So here he is. This is some fun pictures that people put out there. It's just fun looking at this, and people get excited about it. I do say that I can see the bare plastic on this versus the painted version of the New Age, but I kind of like the shape and design of this one better. So, I mean, I still don't see people doing side-by-sides of these. It's really funny because everybody out there, it seems like they pick one and one or the other. They're not going with both versions, and it makes sense. These are expensive for what they are. And so, but now you see the height of the Magic Square next to the Magic Square Megatron. That's a really good picture for height comparison. And here's a nice picture just showing, you know, what's going on with them. So, pretty exciting times when these things come out. People get excited and they celebrate it with lots of pictures. So we've got more pictures. And here's the interesting thing, that this Jones figure is getting a whole lot of repaints. And last week we saw a couple, but now we're seeing more. So this repaint is the H41B Bodhi, the Bodhi 01. And it's, I don't know the lore behind it, but it's kind of a turquoise kind of looking color. Comes with the actual regular head for Beachcomber and a gun and all that kind of stuff. Here's the G2 version, another updated picture. And I missed the point why they each get a regular Beachcomber head. I'm not sure. But still looks pretty cool. Looks pretty good. And it's a nice looking mold. I've got the standard one, this one here. I got this one coming in. And look how well it's painted. And I don't even know, this isn't even the EX. It's just a standard one. And I think it looks the best out of all of them to me. That's why that one's coming in for me. And we got a clear version. So I know a lot of people, they don't like the clear plastic might break and all that stuff. They like to call it sticky. It's sticky. It looks like it's some sort of a candy or something like that. But still, it sells. And there it is. Transitioning into mainline news, sort of, because it's sort of mainline, even though it's HasLab. And there's a HasLab update this past week, and they showed off the tooling. It's the same kind of stuff that they did back when we had the Unicron. They showed the Unicron tooling and all that. So it was kind of exciting. It's kind of interesting. just kind of getting to be along for the ride, see how they develop this stuff from start to finish. And I have to say, I really do appreciate looking at these molds and seeing how the stuff is made, because it's always interesting to me, and I just like it. I like how it's made, and sometimes I make my own parts, so I would like to be on this level for sure. So getting into some stuff here, we're starting to see some more red stuff coming at U.S. retail, and we talked about this wave last week. It was kind of like, wow, look, this stuff's coming out, and it's already hitting the shelves. So it's interesting. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to start seeing some of the shipping free up. There's a lot of plans to ship free up, and actually diverting a lot of the ships to Florida is a plan, and I think that is the solution, to tell you the truth. So if that happens, we might start seeing a flood, and I do kind of predict a flood of product, both old and new, and some of it hitting retail at clearance, a lot of stuff hitting clearance, and we're going to see that soon. Whether that's true or not, we'll know that over the next couple of months. So we got some Studio Series premium finish Megatron pictures. Now I got to say, I was unsure how I felt about the premium finish figures, and now I really like the idea of it, because the originals were gaining value on the secondary market, meaning that collectors that missed out will have to pay crazy prices to get it. Now you can get it. Still, it's almost double the price. It's like $55 or something. It's pretty expensive to get these figures like that. But I don't know. Were they originally 30? It was a Voyager, so it was originally 30. So now 55. And they look better, in my opinion. It's like a premium finish, but the original is still special because it is its own finish. So anyhow, either way, it's still pretty cool that you're getting it, and you're getting these figures out. This is the Megatron, and it looks kind of shiny. Here's the alt mode, and that looks like the Megatron alt mode. So that works. It gets the job done. I'm curious, do you guys like these premium finishes and the shinier paint jobs, and in some cases, battle damage paint jobs? Or should they just reissue the originals, or should they not bother reissuing them at all? And again, this is Takara doing it, not Hasbro doing it. So it's Takara's take, kind of harkening back to back in the day. So I like this, and I don't like this at the same time. This is the Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy Deluxe Pterosaur. Now, they've been doing this for a while with the Buzzworthy line at Target, and it's an exclusive. Now, the reason this is good is because the Pterosaur exclusive for Amazon is sold out completely. So there might be a little bit of stock coming in, who knows, but for the most part, that thing's sold out. And that is vastly superior to this, more cartoon accurate. Now, this is more toy-esque from the original toy release, from my understanding, and it's still a way to get this figure if you did not pick up the Amazon exclusive. Now you can go and try to get it at Target, and I'm guessing it'll be a little easier to get at Target than from Amazon. Alright, so getting into some G.I. Joe news, because there's a little everything going on this week, and with that, Bats and Alley Vipers are arriving from a few different places. I'm hearing GameStop, I'm hearing Big Bad Toy Store, so, and somewhere else had them. I ordered mine from Entertainment Earth, and I got mine cheaper, and I'd rather save a few bucks and wait an extra 2 months. I don't care that much. I know they're coming, so I'm happy about it. But for those who got it early, they all paid the $25 each. And so that's cool. If you're super excited, you want to get them early, you want to pay a little extra, then that's good, and you got them. But for me, I'll wait. So BBTS has up for pre-order this G.I. Joe Reaction Arctic Rescue Vehicle set for $75. Now, I think you can get this at a few different places. I think you can get it Entertainment Earth, BBTS, Dorkside, Chosen Prime, Toy Source, and maybe Pulse. I don't know. But anyhow, no, maybe not Pulse. Okay, so this is interesting because it comes with a slew of stuff here, and it's 3.75 inch. It's kind of the reaction line, and it's one scene, or more or less a scene from the Mass Device. And let's see what all we get with this. Now, you're going to get all of these animals, and 2, 4, 6. 6 of these sled dogs, and they are articulated. There's articulation in the dogs, so that's why this price is so high, because you got the dogs. You also got the sled, and you got the old man that's blind that helped Snake Eyes, and you get a radioactive glow-in-the-dark Snake Eyes. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting how they did this whole set, and at the same time, it's also interesting how they did the packaging. Packaging on this looks pretty cool too. It looks very retro-esque and retro-styled with the see-through blister pack for the figure. So you can see the figure on the box. Looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. But I don't know. 75 bucks, I don't know if it's for me. So if you've been watching my channel, then you know that I do like the Ramen Toys 80s Commanders. I'm still in awe of the fact that we've got modern Centurions, or modern non-Centurions, however you want to put it. But the fact that we have these, they even exist, still kind of blows my mind. And I start to wonder, is 80s Commanders going to be the only option ever for Centurions? Because of a lot of reasons. But I do want to point out these are sold out. And a lot of people that would come out with their negative comments and troll all this, because there's a lot of people that are trolling this for one reason or another, and I think they're trying to have positive intentions by being negative in some way. These sold out. So there's enough people out there that love this that they sell it. Now, if you still want to get a set, there's a seller online that has 3. He's selling them for $300 for a set of 3. So it's $100 a piece on eBay if you still want to get them. But I don't know how long those will last. But if they do another run of these, or if they go further with this, I'll definitely be covering it. So it seems like an odd week to get a lot of Star Wars news, but hey, breaking news, we're getting the 3 new Vintage Collection ARC Troopers. So there they go. We've got ARC Trooper, and then we've got the ARC Trooper, and then we've got the ARC Trooper. So 3 different ARC Troopers. And I'm not a huge fan of collecting a whole bunch of slight variations of the same figure, but some people are. And I can understand that. I mean, you build an army, and your army is boring if they all look the same. And of course, these characters play different characters in the show and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, from Battlefront 2, so it's from Battlefront 2, not the show. Anyhow, it's still kind of interesting. It's kind of cool if this is your game. So we got the droid set from The Mandalorian that's starting to show up, and it's the R63, the Fairy Droid R1, and Noah, N-O-A-H. Anyhow, it's still pretty cool. It's an interesting little set that they got going on here. I believe this is Vintage Collection. I mean, I'm almost 100% sure because all the other ones are the Vintage Collection scale or 3.75 inch scale. And interesting. This is very interesting. They're coming out with this set. And I would have liked to have seen the R1 droid a lot bigger. But of course, that's just me. But still interesting, cool, looks good. And we've got another gaming great here. This is the Black Series version from Battlefront 2. And it's the Umbra Operative ARC Trooper. Now, I played Black Series and I don't know anything about this. So I don't know. Maybe I just missed something. Anyhow, it's a pretty interesting game and a pretty interesting character and a figure. So I guess that one that's colored like this is called the Umbra Trooper. So if you're into it, I believe it's a GameStop deal. So you might want to get on that. But be forewarned, it's $26.49. And the last thing is kind of something for Star Wars 1/12 or 6-inch collectors, Black Series collectors, or any of the other Mayfex or SH Figuarts, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to put your Mandalorian, or moreover than the Mandalorian, you're probably going to be putting your Boba Fett. But this is a throne. It's called the DC-M001. Now, I actually got linked to it from ShowZ, but it went to Gundamit. Am I allowed to say that today? Gundamit and .com. And the thing about this is that it is $79. It is made of resin. It is resin cast and painted, and it looks pretty cool. It's a throne, seat, cushion, and it looks pretty big. I mean, that's a 1/12 scale figure on it. It's pretty big. So $78 if you're in on this thing. Pretty cool. This got more to it than just the resin cast too. Got the cushion seat. So let me know what you think about this week's weekly news and review. What else is going on out there that I missed? And I hope everybody had a great holiday, and I hope everybody has another great week and another great holiday coming up on the 1st. Like, subscribe, today, Hanger out.